And welcome to the formation lap. This is the start of the race. So I was a little bit miffed here. I'm still on 100% fuel because I forgot to change it. But here I am, P20, and I'm holding speed. I think there's a little bit of something going wrong because there should be a car in front of me, but we'll get past that. Starting from P20, and here we go, green flag, green flag. So I get a reasonably good start off here, and I'm just chucking along here. And I don't want to get caught up in the first corner incident, but I just try and move to the side, and boom, crash, and I take off my front wing. My front wing is now yellow. I have a little collision at the very start of the race. That Mercedes is gone. Yellow flags, don't know overtakes, just taking it a little bit safely, and don't know if anyone's off the side. And then, boom, McLaren, that one, boom! 3-car collision right behind me. I'm trying my best to not get involved in this sort of stuff. Already got a yellow front wing. This Mercedes Iron Lynx is holding me up. I know I'm fast around here, so I'm just trying to get around this Mercedes as fast as I can. Coming up here, I know I'm faster. These two are just holding me up. I try and go around the outside, but they've already contacted. I don't want to get involved, so I'm going out wide, trying to carry my speed through here. And there's that Ferrari just holding me up once again, so I try and go late on the brakes around here, and I go a little bit too late. He cuts me off just in front, and I try and do a little bit of a switch back. And he's just all over the track right there. I managed to get past him and another yellow flag, so I kind of go in just hoping that someone wasn't off track, and I get almost track limits, but didn't manage to get past that. And here I am from P20 to P9 in one lap. I'm always good in the brakes there, so I managed to get some distance between me and the Mercedes of a 0.8 to 0.7, 0.6, 7. And I see these three in front of me, they're all a little bit weird, and just managed to get a little bit faster. Mercedes is really bad on the brakes there, and I just managed to get past him. And in front of me is a lovely Vodafone McLaren, but just like iRacing, any car that has Formula 1 livery or anything adjacent to that, you try and steer clear of, because you have no clue if they think they're Lewis Hamilton or if they think they are Nicholas Latifi. My fucking goat, I must say. I thought I could try a little move down there, but he just goes out wide, so I'm like, oh, I could do this, I could do this. Left, right, which way will I go? Anywhere, because the Lamborghini just went off track. But I went wide. Thank God I went left instead of the right. And here I am trying to chase off this McLaren once again. In the slipstream, so I'm wondering what I can do. And I don't know if I can get a move done. And then BANG! Ricardo is in my soul, and I managed to get a massive move on this guy. I was extremely surprised I managed to get that off without anything. So now we are chasing down this BMW, an absolute massive hunt that'll go on forever. And then, oh no, the BMW's in the wall! And I get another overtake of them. And 3 laps in, I am P4 from P20. And behind, you have Lee in the Ferrari, the absolute He is going to be a main character in this story. Because I've already seen he was around me at the time of the start, and he's flashing me, and I know he's already better. I've seen him before in other lobbies. Me and him have already had a good battle before. So he tries to just sniff up my back, and I managed to close that off quite well. And with 15 minutes to go, things are already looking quite good. I am at 90% fuel and he is at 36, so I know he's got a speed advantage on me because I forgot to change my fuel. Lee has a better line through here, which I later discovered throughout the race. So he managed to get a... He's just always in my radar, on my back. He tries to get in the slipstream with me, and I know there's no use covering air, so I just kind of stay to my point in the track, don't make any weird moves. He tries to go up to the right of me, but I managed to pinpoint down, I managed to get my pinpoint braking right there, and I managed to keep my position. I go off the track wide, and hopefully that wasn't anything legal. I managed to just go back on track, nice and easy. Got track limits of 0.25 points, but that's alright, I managed to keep it in. No weird moves. And Lee is already on my back. He tries to get a move around on the left of me, but I managed to just go out wide. And get my braking down. He tried to go to the right side of me, but I just managed to go in the first gear and get the power down just early enough to get past him. So here we are with Lee again in my radar, and we're coming up to the main part of the straight. So I'm thinking he's going to try and get a good move on me now. As you can see, he goes a lot more to the curb for that line. I don't know if that's a faster line or if what he's doing is trying to get out of my dirty air. Again, he's flashing me. And what is he going to try and do? He stays behind me for this one. And here I go, I have the drink of gods, monster energy, and oh my god, Lee is on my left. What can I do? Just managed to get down my braking. No collision. And we both managed to keep it off track. Lee goes on power a little bit early and has to recorrect himself, and once again I am in the lead. Here I notice the Lexus in P2 has a 10-second time penalty, so all I have to do is keep within 10 seconds for a guaranteed podium spot if I don't go down to 6th or 7th. Again, Lee is just right on my tail. He's trying everything that he can to stay out of my dirty air throughout those long corners so he can have some sort of traction on his rear wing. I had a little mess up moment of not keeping power on and having to let off to rotate the car a little bit more, and Lee is properly on my right. I'm trying to think what I can do here to try and defend him. So the only thing that I know how to do is move to the right side of the track, because I'm not making any more sudden moves. Totally legal. Down on the brakes, but just that hair too late. He pops up onto the sausage curb and he loses his traction. And he's just going all over the track behind me. Lee is trying absolutely everything that he can to get past me. So much that he was going off track there. And I once again squeeze him off to the left side, and I try and get my braking down, and somehow no collision. Well, I went off track. I didn't go in front of him after that, so that was legal, but that is a 50.50 for me, for my track limits, and I'm already a second behind of the Aston Martin in front of me. This is taking up a huge lot of time that I do not want to be wasting. He is on my back end again. He's got a massive slipstream. He pulls it to the right hand side, and just here I just missed my braking point by a little bit and have to end up going off track. But thankfully there was no penalty for me for doing that. All of that was legal apparently, so we're just going to ignore that fact. As you can see, I'm a bit desperate, but I don't cheat. And here we see the blue flags, Ferrari in front of me, and all I can hope is that he gets off the track for me and Lee in our fantastic fight. Lee once again trying to get round me, and I think he was going to try and send it there, so I try and brake a little bit later. Kind of ruins up my line for this corner, so I can have to move around, but all is well here. I get enough rotation in, and I'm already thinking that my next target is the Aston Martin in front of me, because I mean they are only 4 seconds away, and every lap I feel like I'm getting faster and faster, even though I have almost 3 times the fuel as they do.
Lap 149.15.
Once again, I just managed to get the braking points just right. And here I know if I brake too much, I'll just rotate the car and spin, which is exactly what I do not want to be doing, because losing after this could just be terrible. So Lee is already on my back once again, and we're already gained almost a full second on the Aston Martin in front of us. I go way off track there, so does Lee. He follows me a little bit. That was just a bit of a rookie error, but I managed to keep it nice and straight. Lee's on my left, and we have no collisions. He pulls off the left, I stay on the right, and just managed to get down. But I didn't get into first gear though, so I'm slow around here. Because I like to have it in first gear for the better acceleration, even if it is just for a quarter of a second. It's what you need to stay in front. Because you'll just be terribly slow for this corner. But 2.5 seconds for the Aston Martin in front. And the Lexus has a 10-second time penalty, and they're only 3.5 seconds in front. Lee is sniffing my back, and he is getting the side draft off of me. We're going to try and see what he does next.
Lap 148.42.
He just keeps it safe. He doesn't have anything weird. He just keeps it nice and safe. 5 minutes remaining. 5 minutes, and that's all I want to hear. This race to be done and to go into the points. Go into the podium. Because so far I have never had a proper podium yet in Le Mans Ultimate. And already 1.5 seconds, 2 seconds on the Aston Martin in front. They must have messed up their braking. But Lee, again, is just all over my back. I'm trying everything that I can to keep him there and almost have a moment with Lee. But I just couldn't rotate the car fast enough, and Lee is already on my right hand side, and I know the outside line is a bit better for this corner, so I just try and hold it in and try and pinpoint my braking up the hill, and he just managed to get in front of me. And even here I'm a little bit desperate that I couldn't even get the car properly rotated, so off goes Lee into the distance. I try and keep him in my line, but he's just that fast. I try and see if I could copy him around here, but I end up going a bit too wide, just enough that I won't be in the slipstream. He's already almost gained a full second on me in that last few turns, and there I have another drink of God's Monster Energy. Please sponsor me. So, braking, chucking to the right, and see what I can do, because Lee, what goes in my head right now is them two are fighting and they're very, very close. What I want to happen is rather them two just crash into each other and spin out, or Lee to go in for the overtake, because if he could get one down, I could probably follow in behind, because I'm already up half a second in that first sector. Because I'm not having to defend nothing, and here we are, we're already so close together, and both of them go quite off on the outside. I'm like, this is it, this is what I need. So it's them three, all very close together. The BMW in P1 is just off in the distance. He's running fine. There's no chance that we'll ever catch up to him in the 2 minutes 15 remaining. I try and get a send on them, but just couldn't get it. But what I know is that I'm in a good chance for a proper slipstream on this next straight away, because I'm a half second behind. There's two cars in front. It'll create a massive air pocket, but I just go that little bit too wide. And here we are, trying to stay within that. And I thought there was going to be one more lap, but here goes in my head, 1 lap to go. It's now or never. I have to do this. So off goes my chanting of Lee, and I just have to try and send it, but I send it a bit too much, and I almost go off track, but I just managed to keep it on somehow. So that's me out the game, and all I can think is, go Lee, go! Just send it into him. Come on Lee, come on my boy! But here I'm like, wow, I just gained so much time on them in that little bit right there. So I'm thinking, can I just put a send in? Can I just do something? And I break that little bit too later than what I wanted to. And I try and send it in, and Lee goes a bit wide. And we've overtaken the Aston Martin behind us, and it's me and Lee once again. And Lee goes all over the track, and I just managed to keep it on. Aston Martin is completely gone. We're over a second behind, and me and Lee were trying to do it again. And if I try and send it here, but I just send it too much, we both go wide. And if I can't do it here, I can't do it anywhere, and that is it. One last turn. And it is over. And Alexis in front has a 10-second time penalty, so it ends up me and Lee in the podium. P3, baby, come on! It says P4 on the side, but it didn't take into account the penalty in front. Come on! So after that dramatic race, I go and look in the replay, try to have a little look. I exit out into the menu, and what do I get hit with? One of the best things I could ever see. Right here, I get told that I am a trusted driver, one of the safest in the community, and honestly, just made me overly, overly over the moon. I'm so happy that I could actually, I don't know, be a part of it. Anyways, I do apologize for the audio and the rest of the video. I'm editing right now and I've had to re-record this. Uh, I don't know. I bumped the audio. I bumped the microphone at some point and it was just kind of shit after that. But overall, I am ecstatic. I'm happy. And I hope I get to share this correctly with you lot. Anyways, that's me gone. Hope you all have a great night, day. Like, subscribe, please. We're gaining traction on my videos. I'm getting like 700, 1,000 views for a good video, and I'm like over the moon because I used to just send out videos to like 7 people, and I was happy when it went over 20. But now I'm getting like 1,000 people, like 700 to 1,000 people is insane. So I hope to hit 100 subscribers soon, and we'll see what we can do from there. But that's all from me. Have a wonderful day.